I gotta go soon, but alright. But like, here's a story from one of the many stories of Nick. Before I lived in Rome, I lived in Texas for a few years. And I was a Boy Scout, and I went on a scout retreat to like the wilderness. And I had brought with me my book of like insect wildlife, because I was like, okay, well, like I'm taking an insect merit badge.
Okay.
I'm gonna be in the woods looking for a bunch of exotic insects, and arachnids, so I might as well take it with me. And I was looking around one night. I was looking through the book throughout several nights, so I got pretty familiar with a lot of the animals. And there's this one douchebag kid, because like I don't know if you guys are involved in Scouts. I know Eric knows this stuff. There are always these douchebag kids, and usually they're like their dad is the scout master, so he's untouchable. He's a douchebag kid stomping a bunch of insects, and like as a kid I loved animals, so I was getting a little like triggered by it, but I wasn't too triggered because I understood like they're just ants or like a roach or spiders. Like it's not like the end of the world. But then I saw what he was crushing. They were like these native red and white velvet ants, which are only in this specific region of Texas. It was actually what we were studying for our merit badge. It was like, dude, what the fuck? You can't kill these things.
Aren't those more like wasps?
So that's the punchline. So I grabbed the velvet ant and I showed him. He's like, you can't do this. Look at how big it is. Look at how bright the colors are. See, this is a cool animal. And then as I was explaining, I felt really like my finger was numb.
Yeah.
I didn't feel pain. I felt numb. And then after confused, that's when the pain came. I dropped the ant and started screaming because like later I found out that there's like a list of records for most painful insect stings and bites. Velvet ant is number 2. Number 2.
How old were you?
Number 2.
Is the first.
Number 1 is the bullet ant. Number 3 is like a tarantula hawk. It's another type of wasp. But number 2, the velvet ant. And I was, 7th grade, so I'm guessing...
Pain had no meaning for you after that.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So I'm
like
guessing
maybe 14.
about 14. That sounds about right. And, well, one other thing about the velvet ant sting, it lasts for quite a while. It's like, I think it was like all week my finger was numb, but it was about like a solid hour before the pain really went away. And I learned my lesson there. I think, coincidentally, he learned his lesson too, because he stopped stomping them because he feared like one of them might sting him. But Jesus Christ, if only I had actually like read the description of the monster insect book instead of looking at the pictures, I would have avoided this whole mess. Once I found out the velvet ant isn't actually an ant; it's a wasp without wings. So that one.
I'm sorry I spoiled the story.
No, it was great.
Any better?
And